Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So some of you are joining me from Aries' reading because this set of readings is coming through with this kind of like 12-step program energy of like what each sign can teach us on a soul level. So some of you are going to watch all the videos and kind of see what comes through with each sign, because I think it's all good advice and we can all take it on board. So the idea of this set of readings for Tauruses who are just joining me today is to really do some internal work, really have some soul growth, really do some healing of kind of like any wounds that we're kind of carrying around with us. So healing on a soul level and really letting that soul light shine. So there is a little bit of a religious connotation to this reading, I think, because I tap into collective energy, which is like the energy of what's going on kind of as a mass of people. A lot of people have been experiencing Easter, so I am picking up on that. But I want to say that everybody is welcome here, so it doesn't really matter what you believe in or what you don't believe in. I just want to say, like, we can all respect and support each other. And if you want to take this just as an energy, just as a metaphor, you can absolutely do that. But we do have this this card here with this great guy on it who's really letting his heart light shine. So it could be that you help others heal. I'm picking up on for you, Taurus. It could be that when you shine your heart out, when you really give that love out, it really helps other people shine as well. So you could be kind of like a bit of a beacon. I'm getting the word beacon, or a shining light for others to follow, like a shining example for others to follow. Some of you, not all of you, we're all on different levels here of the journey. But yeah, it's like through your love, you heal others. I'm getting healing hands. Maybe I'm hearing Reiki. Some of you could do Reiki or massage. I have like, a very healing touch. You are a very physical, very sensual sign. You're ruled by Venus. Hey, Venus friends, I'm Libra. But the way it comes through for you, Taurus, is a much, much more earthy level, like that earthy sensuality. So I think, yeah, definitely you could be very good with your hands. You could have Virgo in your chart as well. Yeah, and just be really good at like massages. I'm getting foot massage for somebody. Would love it. Yeah, it's coming through this real like earthy, like hands-on demonstration of love, which I think could be really, really healing for other people. So whether that is through like physical kind of sensual touch, or whether it's just through I don't know, giving your friend a massage, when they need one. It can be like friendly, or it can be work, if you like are a Reiki practitioner. But I think it's just a demonstration of that like earthy love energy, as opposed to like Libra, who is also ruled by Venus, but they're more of like an airy kind of like dreamy kind of love quality, like an idealized love. Yours is kind of like a practical love. So your song's Pretty When You Cry by Lana Del Rey, so just watch out for that if somebody's not treating you very well. It felt a bit toxic if you go and listen to that song, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll kind of figure that out. I want to say as well, just make sure you go and check out your full birth chart, and especially things like your Venus placement, which is to do with like romance, how you approach romantic relationships, what makes you feel that love energy. Mars, which is about drive or ambition, and also things that make you angry, but also about passion. Mercury, which is about communication and friendships and social groups and thinking. Your moon sign, which can be about fears or the parts of yourself you keep hidden. So those are kind of like the key placements I think you should definitely check out in this set of readings, if you're interested in doing so. So yeah, I'm going to put this guy up here. He's going to kind of like supervise at the top of the reading, and we're going to see what comes out for you. Intuitively, I also got cherries. Cherries could mean something to somebody. Gold coins, I think as well, like the kind of like chocolate covered coins, which to me is more of like a Christmas thing, but there could be something, I don't know, and balloons as well, and maybe like pine needles. I feel like I'm accessing like a memory for somebody, so it's like maybe with the balloons as well, it's like maybe like a child party, like almost like an Easter egg hunt, but you can find gold coins as well, like a treasure hunt. Maybe somebody's done that for Easter, or it's like something from your own childhood, like balloons, gold coins, cherries. I don't know. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Whew, all right. Okay. So what does Taurus need to heal? What does Taurus need to heal? What are we looking at within Taurus's soul right now that needs healing? Thank you. appreciation in the reverse. So perhaps not feeling appreciated. So times when you've put a lot of effort into something or a lot of love into something and you haven't been appreciated, which could have caused some kind of wounding within you. Let's go to this. So actually, let's take it step by step with you. I feel like a step-by-step energy. They're giving me a Madonna song, which I don't think many people will know, but it's step by step. Do, do, do. It's called Step by Step by Madonna, so maybe go and have a listen to that. There might be something in that for you. So appreciation, choosing gratitude, but it's come out in the reverse. I'm going to flip it upright, but just be aware that it's come out in the reverse. I'm going to read the reversed message. The appreciation card reversed is a warning that you're missing some important opportunities. You've lost your sense of gratitude and have gotten caught up in the prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. Stop focusing on what you don't have, even if it seems to be a lot. Instead, find something to appreciate about yourself and your life. Choose to focus on the little things with gratitude and acknowledgement. Your refusal to appreciate even the small pleasures will cause them to drop from your hands and keep you stuck in some of your problem patterns, causing you to lament your lack even more. Let go of this negative focus and spend some time each day acknowledging what you have to be grateful for. Remember, the more you appreciate your life, the more your life will appreciate in value. So what you think about, you bring about. If you have a focus on lack, if you have a mental focus on the things that you're missing in life, the things that you don't have, the universe just like hears those thoughts and mirrors it back at you. So you're going to actually find those feelings of lack increase. So what you focus on, what you think about, you bring about. So let's look at positive manifestation and the attitude of gratitude. I know these are all like cheesy buzzwords, but they're coming up today. So the attitude of gratitude. So be thankful for the things that you do have. You know, really focus on those silver linings. The kind of practice reading had something about this as well. So yeah, you might want to Google positive manifestation techniques. And it's kind of like, see yourself as already having the life that you would like to have. So be like, I am abundant. I do have love. I do have people around me who love me. I do have friends who can help me. I do have, you know, and maybe you don't have all these things, but it's like when you start to manifest that for yourself, when you start to envision, like when you start to show this attitude of thankfulness and gratitude for what you do have, the universe goes, oh, Taurus likes that stuff, let's send Taurus more of it. So just be aware that you may have a little bit of a negative or ungrateful mindset. Sorry, Taurus, there is probably something behind this. There's probably something that has caused that for you. Watch out for like victim mentality and things like this as well. Yeah, try and enjoy the things that you do have access to rather than lamenting the things you don't. I mean, we'll see. I haven't got your advice card yet, so like don't take my word for it. Let's just see what comes out. So can we have a clarifier, please? Thank you. The Chariot. So you do have to bring something into alignment here. There are opposing forces here within you. I feel like it's kind of almost like the light and the dark on your shoulder. You know, like the part that says you don't have enough, you're not good enough, you know, you don't have nice enough clothes, you know, you don't have good enough a good enough car. It could actually be about a car. Some of you may not have a car at the moment or be wanting a better car, because the Chariot can symbolize cars. It can also symbolize journeys. So there may be a place that you want to go to where you're not able to go to that yet, and you've really got this sense of like lack around it. So just be aware of that. But the Chariot is also, it's Cancerian energy. So some of you may have Cancer in your chart. I'm really specifically picking up Cancer in like the Mars placement. So for some of you, because that's all about how you take action. Cancer is a very passive energy usually, but I believe they are a cardinal sign. So it's like when you step up and when you take charge and when you take ownership of things, rather than having a bit of a victim mentality, it's actually very empowering. So rather than seeing things as happening to you, you know, I'm a victim of the world. I don't have ABC because of this, that, and the other. Like, it's like going within, finding that soul, the energy of the soul, right? The energy of the core, and being like, I deserve these things. I am empowered. I can go out and get these things. I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna take the wheel of my own life. It's just changing the perception a little bit. Now, I want to really stress that if any of you are suffering from really low moods or perhaps low energy or health issues or something like that, you know, it can be so difficult to kind of break those cycles, or to really like switch your perspective, especially if it's like a health issue that genuinely you can't do anything about. But again, like, it's something that you can kind of work on. We're going to get you advice. Let's get you advice so that, you know, it's coming from spirit, it's not coming from me. So advice, please, because my Tauruses are struggling a little bit here, and I want to see them. I want to see them be a little bit more high vibrational. So can we get Taurus some really good advice? Thank you. Air, spirit, knowledge, and family. So there could definitely be something, some kind of like family knowledge or inherited or ancestral knowledge that you could tap into. Air, spirit, knowledge. Again, I feel like there's something in your experience where it's like you have these nuggets of wisdom, like you've had some kind of experiences that can actually turn out to be quite healing to others if you share them. Also noticing the swan, I'm getting a lot of swans this week in my readings. The reading that I did for myself personally, when I did my practice reading, had quite a few swans in it. So swans could be symbolic. It's kind of like ugly duckling energy as well. Like you're giving me this kind of like downtrodden energy of perhaps like even being the black sheep of the family or something, like perhaps not quite fitting in, or not quite, especially like with the black horse as well here. I'm getting this kind of like black sheep energy, but it's something to do with your own perception of self. Of course, like I am not saying that you don't have external experiences. Like, we all have external experiences, we all have other people that we have to interact with and deal with, and not all of those experiences that come into us from external factors are going to be great, but how you respond to them is up to you. You know, the attitude you have about them is up to you. If you take things personally, you know, you're actually giving your power away. So what can you do to take your power back and not let the bad behavior of others impact your energy? When you start to see it as, that person has their own healing to do, that person has their own work to do, you know, they're behaving in this negative way because of something inside them that needs to be healed. It's not actually anything to do with me. It really helps to disconnect you from that energy and kind of like you know, allow you to take your power back in a way where it's like you're above it, right? You go above letting that negative behavior of others affect you, because really it's just a mirror of them. It's not really about you at all. And so when you get that independence of your core, it's really, really helpful and beneficial. So seeing yourself as this swan energy, I'm getting black swan as well for some of you, which again is very symbolic. For me, attached to the movie, it talks about shadow work, which shadow work is not like witchcraft or anything. When I talk about it in my readings, it's tapping into the darker parts of yourself in order to heal them and to have spiritual growth, and to tap into golden shadow energy, which is a huge amount of creative potential, because that shadow part of ourselves, the darker part of ourselves, can actually be a huge resource for helping to heal others, which I feel like is coming through quite strongly for you. But yeah, that ugly duckling energy. So feeling like you're the black sheep of the family, or the black swan of the family, you know, the troublemaker, the outcast, the person who does everything wrong. I'm just getting that energy for somebody. It may not be everybody, right? But like almost coming to terms with it and being like, you know, understanding who you are at a soul level, at a soul core level, and being okay with it, you know, accepting self, appreciating yourself for who you are, and then really coming, you know, the ugly duckling then grows into the beautiful swan who's like powerful and majestic. So it's like growing into yourself, growing into who you are through some kind of knowledge, some inner knowledge. Let's read it. Air, spirit, knowledge. As you stand in the center of the forest, a subtle breeze lovingly touches your cheeks. Gentle gusts rustle the leaves above you as the spirit of air approaches upon her boat of light and wind. In the quietude, you sense the wind whispering messages to you from spirit. You receive this card when you need to think things through. This is not a time to be impulsive. Do not react instinctively to situations and people. See what I mean? If you do what you've always done, you're going to get the same results. So do something differently this time. So when people are triggering you, do something different, you know, walk away. And do you know what? If it doesn't do anything else, if every time, like, say it's your sister, right? Your sister comes and she's arguing with you, and you always argue back, it's like she expects that from you. So when you just go, okay, and walk away, or don't even say anything and just walk away, or just don't even say anything and just sit there, it's going to rattle them. It's going to make them change their behavior because you've done something unexpected. So break the cycle, and just like obviously keep it high vibrational. Don't do anything like negative, but I think, you know, don't get trapped in those cycles of getting triggered and reacting the way you've always reacted, because you'll always get the same result. Do not react instinctively to situations and people. Take into consideration all points of view. Do your research. Listen to others. Speak your truth. Take time to weigh the pros and cons of a situation. So do listen. Like, even if you don't speak, you can always go as well, like, I've heard your points, I'll get back to you. And go away and think about it. So it can be like, if you ever experience like situations where, you know, somebody's trying to tell you something and they're actually trying to tell you something that's quite fair, but you take it as an attack on yourself, again, perhaps from some wounding, like perhaps because, you know, you don't feel, you know, you're still battling that kind of self-acceptance, you know. And so when somebody criticizes you or says something to you, you take it as a personal attack. Some of you, not all of you. If you do that, and then you respond with like, attack is the best form of defense, rather than doing that, really kind of say to them, you know, do you know what, can you just write this down in a letter to me so I can go away and read it and think about it and come back with an actual response. That person's going to feel heard, and you know, maybe they want an immediate answer, in which case it's on them. But if you say to them, look, I'm willing to listen, can you make a note of it and I'll go away and think about it? Or, you know, if you say to them, or you just listen, don't say anything and be like, okay, I'll get back to you on that, you know. And even if you feel triggered, you don't have to defend yourself. Just listen, go away, think about it, be like, okay, what were they actually saying there? Was it fair? You know, is this something I can respond to that's going to help me grow as a person? Or is this something that's kind of like, you know, it's coming from a wounding within them? So when you can't, like, when you do that, when you separate yourself from it, I think that's going to be really helpful for you. Does that make sense? It's an excellent time to begin, because have you ever done that where, like, you know, you kind of snap at somebody and you go away and you think, oh, actually what they were saying there was actually really fair, and I just responded from a place of wounding, you know, and then you feel silly and then you have to apologize. Like, I don't know, there's something with that. It is an excellent time to begin a new venture or project. It will succeed as long as you are thoughtful, organized, and focused. There is a remarkable wellspring of wisdom within you. Take a breath, slow and deep, and delve into that inner knowledge. It will guide you in the right direction. Air represents wisdom, our mental activity, and our ability to reason. It's also associated with thoughts, intellect, communication, and comprehension. Through our breath, we can speak and express ourselves. Our lives begin with our first breath, so air is connected to new beginnings. The spirit of air oversees friendships, clarity, and a positive focus in your life. Maybe go and look up your Mercury placement, because your Mercury placement is how you interact with other people, how you discuss things, right? So maybe go and check that out, because that might help you if you're having problems with like with kind of like competitive conversation, you know, differences of opinion and this kind of thing. If that's where the trouble is for you, maybe go and look up your Mercury placement and see what you can learn from that. I think this thing as well about the breath and deep breathing is kind of that energy of like, just count to 10. So when you're finding yourself, like, watch for the flags within you, watch for the triggers within you, when you're getting riled by things, or, you know, something's upsetting you, kind of look out for those early warning signs and just take yourself out of the situation, make your excuses, you know, go to the bathroom, whatever it is you need to do, and just do that slow, deep breathing, count to 10. You may want to do this a lot of the time. What I find when I speak to other people about, especially like in terms of anxiety and panic attacks, if any of you experience this, if you do the deep breathing, only when you're having a panic attack. It's not going to be super effective. It's something that you kind of need to practice. So what I really recommend doing, and what was helpful to me, because I had panic attacks when I was having exams, if you practice the breathing, so maybe when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed, you know, just 3 times, you know, breathe in, breathe out, do a little bit of meditation, breath work, you know, 5 minutes, a minute, whatever you can do, morning and night. Also do it whenever you feel slightly stressed. So say, for example, I did it, I was pregnant at the time, and I had this hill that I had to walk up, and it was a little bit stressful to walk up that hill with that kind of weight. So I'd do the breathing technique. Or if I was watching something on TV and it was like a scene in a movie and it was a little bit scary or stressful, I'd do the breathing technique. So I was doing the breathing technique when I was in situations that were a little bit stressful, or a little bit upsetting, but I wasn't triggered. So when I did become triggered, for example, when I was doing the exam, and I was genuinely having that anxiety attack, it was kind of almost like an automatic response, like my body knew what to do. So the breathing, then I could focus on it. So it takes practice, but it's really, really helpful. So I think a lot of you would really benefit as well from, just Google it, just go on YouTube, and look for meditation breath work, and breath techniques. So you might want to do like Sat Nam. So there's this funny thing where you can like spin from side to side and like huff out of your nose. It's like this, and it's that can really, it's, you can look silly doing it, right? But if you've got like a private space where you can do that, it's going to be really, like, it really helps you focus on your breath, and it gets you to this kind of like almost like heady consciousness, or just like deep breathing techniques, you know, whatever works for you. So yeah, I think that could be really beneficial for some of you. But it really feels like, take a deep breath. I feel like some of you are getting triggered or reacting, rather than from a place of wounding, where I think you've got an opportunity to gain control of that, right? You've got an opportunity to be responsive and not reactive. So a big opportunity for growth here, which is actually a really good thing, right? Inhale, take a moment to think things through. Think as well as feel the right direction. Get clarity and become focused before stepping forth. Take care to have thoughtful communication with others. Yeah, please look up your Mercury placement. Air, spirit, and knowledge. You may want to watch the reading as well. It corresponds to your Mercury placement. Okay, so you've got 10 of Swords. So I do feel like this, whatever this triggering is for you, it's, I want to say, in association with endings, especially like painful endings or endings where you feel a little bit betrayed. It's like those moments where you think, oh, I've been stabbed in the back there, or oh, that really hurt. So when things are ending, I feel like that's kind of like the peak time for you to really take a deep breath, really look at yourself and say, why am I responding this way? Like, what does this remind me of? What has happened in my past that's causing me to respond in this way to this specific thing? You know, it could be abandonment issues. It could be feeling like people have walked away from you, and, you know, it's caused you to question the self. Yeah, I really get this kind of like ugly duckling energy. I don't know if some of you have had like parents who have left or something like this, or I'm not sure. But yeah. It does give me, though, with the boat on this card, it does give me 6 of Swords energy, which is when spirit moves you out of one situation into a situation that's better for you. It takes you out of the choppy waters and takes you to a place where, you know, the emotions are calmer. So you are moving in the right direction. You are moving forwards here with this. And again, it's almost like there's something to do, like, again, this thing about balloons. I feel like that's symbolic for somebody. Perhaps you have lost someone and you've released balloons, or there's something to do with, like, it could even be like a moment of being triggered in childhood where you lost a balloon and it was very emotional for you, and it's like, it's almost like created a pattern of behavior of like fear of losing material things or something like that. There's something with like balloons or something like, and things floating off, that seems to be symbolic there for somebody. Okay, but I want to say that when things end, it's a new start, because you've got the 10 and the 1 here. You know, when one door closes, another door opens. So advice, please. Can I get some really good advice for Tauruses? Because this reading is one of the harder ones, I want to say. Taurus, 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 you're going to be okay. Spirit has your back here. Breathe through it, right? Breathe through it. You've got quite a bit here. So I'm not going to read all of these. We're going to go again. I feel like Skunk Spirit might be the one for you just because of the way it's been placed. But you have Hummingbird Spirit, be here now, live in the here and now. As you know, there's something here about always wanting more, or always wanting what you don't have and not appreciating what you do have. So be in the here and now, appreciate the things you have, you know, in your immediate environment. I'm thankful that I've got this rose quartz stone. It's really pretty, you know. I'm thankful that I've got so many crystals here at the moment, and they're, you know, they're really colourful and they're really beautiful. And I know it's only a small thing, but that attitude of gratitude, it helps uplift your own soul as well. You know, I'm helpful that, you know, I have these decks to access, and, you know, they give me really helpful advice when I need it. You know, you can be thankful for small things. I'm thankful that I've got a surface that I can do my readings on. Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. Nothing's wasted, and everything is gained, right? Even if a situation ended, even if a situation didn't work out, you've gained knowledge from it. So really good cards there. I'm going to actually just bob them. And know your worth. I'm really feeling Skunk Spirit for you as well, with this appreciation and the appreciation of the self, and this image you have in your head of seeing yourself as the ugly duckling or the black sheep or the black swan of the family. I feel like there's something, yeah, this really feels like it's for you. I really feel like there's something for you about, notice how it is black as well. There's something for you about almost with that black sheep energy. It's like wanting to be like the others, wanting to fit in, wanting to it's like coming from a place of what's wrong with me, what's wrong with me. And it's not that there's anything wrong with you, it's that other people, you haven't met the right people yet who appreciate that part of you, right? It's not that you have to change or that there's anything wrong with you. Just like the ugly duckling, right? Just like how the ugly duckling didn't fit in with the cute little fluffy, like yellow ducklings, because it was a swan all along. And when it turned into a swan and it kind of, you know, saw its own reflection in the water and realized, you know, the beauty of itself, you know, realized who it truly was, it was able to go and find the other swans and had that acceptance. So I want to say there's something like that for you, where you felt like you were trying to fit in with the wrong group. Again, you had family on that card, so trying to fit in with a family where you perhaps, your core is very different from the core of that family. So you had that kind of, I'm the odd one out, I'm the black sheep, where you just had to go and find the right people for you, where you felt that acceptance. So really, actually, a really, really positive outcome to this reading. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's that you weren't in the right environment to grow and prosper, and to see the beauty within yourself, to see the swan within. Oh, I like it. Okay, Skunk Spirit, know your worth. What do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? Skunk Spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. What did I say? It's like something about you that's like healing to others. Yeah? Like, do you remember I said that? Like, that's exactly what it's getting. It's like this wisdom that comes from really knowing who you are and being okay with it is going to benefit other people, because it allows them to do the same thing. Be who you are. And if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of. And Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you. Do not bend or break for anyone. Okay, Taurus? I love it. Really good outcome to this reading. I'm just so, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, I got that kind of like, it's almost like spirit bumps. I think I've heard people call them spirit bumps. Okay, know your worth for Taurus. Know your worth for Taurus. Like, I really like this reading. Yeah, persevere with this. It's going to be tough, and it is tough when you don't fit in, right? When there's something about you that is different from other people, they don't understand it, they have trouble accepting it. Like, you know, it can be difficult to stand your ground. It can be difficult to be proud, like be proud of that. And the beautiful thing and the wonderful thing about the Nine of Wands coming out is this is the card about being the wounded warrior. And the wounded warrior is incredibly strong, because some people have to go through challenges. Some people have to fight, you know, long battles. And when we do that, we build up our ability to persevere. We build up our coping mechanisms, and it actually makes us really strong and really resilient. I'm getting spirit bumps big time, guys. If you are a fighter, you know, like Christina Aguilera's song, if you are a fighter, if the world your circumstances has made you a fighter, you know, that's brilliant and that's strong. And it can be so inspiring to others. Yeah, so I really feel like it's stand your ground, build your defenses, not in a way where you're like pushing people away from you, but in a way where you're like, I know who I am, I know where I stand, I know what's right for me. You're either with me or you can fall behind, you know. You know, it's, if you want to love me for who I am, if you want to appreciate me for who I truly am, then you're welcome to come in here. But if you're going to judge me, if you're going to criticize me, if you're going to try and change me, then maybe you need to go elsewhere and find the people who are right for you. So it's almost like turning the tables, right? But it's beautiful. It's really good. It's very, very cool reading. I feel like there's something else for you. Should we get you another song? That might be it. And words as well. Okay, words. Okay, some words for Taurus. Words for Taurus, please. One. And put it on one. You are the one, maybe. Believe in yourself. Lee. Ly. I don't know, that could mean something to somebody. And twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little Taurus. Okay, let's get you a song. I'm doing it off camera, but I'll tell you what song randomizes. So just because of the reflection. You've got Carried Away, Love to Love with Madison Beer. So Surf Mesa, I'll put this in the description box down below. Surf Mesa and Madison Beer. So I'll read you some of the lyrics. It's like all this time I've been waiting for you with my open eyes, scanning the room for a peace of mind. You look so good in this light. It's like suddenly all that's important is in front of me. Already know what we're gonna be. You look so good in this light. I love to love. I love all the ways I feel so much. I get carried away. I love to love. That feels like Libra. Libra's kind of purpose is to love. But you are ruled by Venus as well, you know, the goddess of love. I love all the ways I feel so much. I get carried away. I'm an open book. Typically, I feel misunderstood. Misunderstood, exactly. No one could know me the way you could. No, I don't keep nothing inside. I believe in love like it's a fire. It's a feeling. It's a touch. It's a reason. It's a light. It's a healing. I love to love. I get carried away. You look so good in this light. I love to love. I love to love, 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 love. So I'm going to listen to that off camera. Yeah, you love to love. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, take care, Taurus. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope you've had some kind of soul growth or something to work on there. If you want to join me tomorrow for Gemini's reading, because we're doing this whole 12-step program this week, you can absolutely come along for the ride, and also check out your different placements. So Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Moon would be really good ones to check out for this set of readings. And yeah, if you liked, please do leave me a like. It really helps out the channel. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you would like to, it's absolutely free to do. You can just hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, if you are comfortable sharing and you want to leave me some feedback in the comments, that's really helpful to me to grow as a reader and develop. Stealth watchers always welcome. Thank you for those totting up those view count for me. Really, really helpful as well for the channel and getting the messages out there to those who need to hear them. So take care of yourselves, Taurus, and yeah. I hope you have that moment of like looking into the pool and seeing your reflection clearly and really seeing how awesome you are, because I can see how awesome you are. Take care. I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.